Dance, man. Yo, you want something? Yeah, man. Sell squad is. Yeah, man. Don't lock it up. Don't tell her. Guess what, squad? Go buy a peanut from the peanut man. When him a go through in the dance, in a box him have everything you want. Herbs by the bud and by the stock. I like the top shell and them a shell down the bar. Watch it, mind, you step on them class.
Welcome to True Island History Channel. Today we are gonna talk about the second capital of Jamaica, Spanish Town. We're gonna take you on an excursion, but in the second part of the video, because this is a very historic capital, well, second capital. It was the first capital of Jamaica, and Spanish Town is the capital and the largest town in the parish of St. Catherine, in the historic county of Middlesex, Jamaica. It was the Spanish and British capital of Jamaica from 1534 way until 1872. The town is home to numerous memorials, the National Archives, and one of the oldest Anglican churches outside England. The others are in Virginia, in Maryland, and Bermuda. The Spanish settlement of Villa de la Vega was founded by Governor Francis de Garay in 1534 as the capital of the colony, and later it was also called Santiago de la Vega or St. Diego de la Vega. St. Diego Heights, St. Diego, you're familiar, right? St. Diego High School, and now we have De la Vega City. So these communities are just spin-offs from those original Spanish names. You understand? Because they colonized it before the British. Indigenous Taino Indians had been living in the area for approximately a millennium before this. So you see how long Jamaica exists. You see how much people inhabit this here land before us. How precious it is, how kind it is, how bountiful it is in its giving when we're talking about its natural resources, its fertile land, its tropical plants. Trust me, we are so blessed. Yes, Taino had been living in the area for approximately a millennium before this, and this was the first European habitation on the south of the island. When the English conquered Jamaica in 1655, they renamed the settlement as Spanish Town. And since the town was so badly damaged during the conquest, Port Royal took on many administrative roles and functioned as an unofficial capital during the beginning of the English rule. By the time Port Royal was devastated by the earthquake in 1692, Spanish Town had been rebuilt and was again functioning as the capital. Remember that terrible earthquake was sink Port Royal, well, half of Port Royal, yeah, man. Restructure Jamaica landscape. As a matter of fact, out of that terrible atrocity, that was how the rest of Jamaica was built, because everybody now moved in mainland and start trading. And then that was just Kingston. Everybody moved to Kingston. So Kingston was the next developed part of Jamaica, for all who never know that. So the guru are teaching the history, the real history where a lot of we inhabitants of Jamaica don't even know. So Kingston had been founded in the aftermath of the 1692 earthquake. And by 1755, serious rivalry from lobbyists caused increasing speculation about the continued suitability of the Spanish Town as the capital. Because serious rivalry now, them say, yo, this not suitable, you know, so yo, we have to go find somewhere else. So in 1836, Governor Lionel Smith observed that the capital, it was in ruins. Spanish Town, mash up, pop down, no commercial, no manufacturing. And, you know, it was an agriculture and concern, you know, and the situation was worsening following the Morant Bay Rebellion of 1865. So Sir John Peter Grant ordered the removal of the capital in 1872 back to Kingston as a larger port It had come to be considered the natural capital of the island. Yes, Kingston, have a bigger port than Spanish Town. So, makes sense at the time. After the seat of the government was relocated, Spanish Town lost much of its economic and cultural vitality. Built on the west bank of the Rio Cobre, the town lies 13 miles from Kingston on the main road. Its history was shaped by two significant colonial periods: the Spanish rule from 1534 up until 1655, and then the English took it over by conquest. And they took it from the Spanish in all out battles on the seas. Them time them a fire cannonball, poof, poof, and pirate and sword and musket and yeah man, ship a sink with man, and them time them a use slave a fight them back and we are dead off. So we were used as cannon fodder. We were put at the front of the firing line. Yeah. But that's another story for another time. Yeah. So the Spanish had Jamaica. It come like it's a sneakers. So them have it from 1534 to 1655, and then the English take it from them and have it from 1655 to 1872. After that now, the capital was relocated to Kingston. The Anglican Church now took over the 16th century cathedral. All right. So everything British. And we still are living in them shadows same way. The historic architecture and street names mark the colonial history, such as Red Street, White Church Streets, symbolic of the Spanish chapels of the Red and White Cross, as well as Monk Street in reference to the monastery that once stood nearby. So there was a monastery, you understand me, where be a monk go. Like you have nunnery, where women in chastity, meaning they don't have sex, them just devote them entire lives to Christ. Men, monks, them same thing, chastity, no sex, nothing, them just devote them entire life to Christ. So they had a monastery. And it stood me in past tense. I guess it's not there anymore. But that is so historic, and we have to know them things about the country, the cities. Nugent and Manchester seats were named for the British colonial governors George Nugent and William Montague, 5th Duke of Manchester. Charlie, could you bring me some tea? Yes, master. Do you want sugar or do you want it with milk, sir? Oh, come on, you goat. You know what I drink with me coffee. Harry. Yeah, man. The British them go there. Yeah. You understand me? And you have backrammas around there bring the white man thing again. But I say badness go. You see me? Yeah, man. Use, abuse, and toss away like wash, dirty rag. King Street runs past King's House, the governor's residence, and Constitution Street, near to the square, refers to memorial flanked by 2 guns from the Friendship Villa de Paris in 1764, and the facade of the old King's House, which was the residence of the governor until 1872. So, the Matele said King's House, King Street, run past King's House, which are the governor resident, means the governor live over there. And Constitution Street, or near the square, refers to the island's former administrative center. Now, Regent Street building in the town center, which include Rodney Memorial, is flanked by 2 guns from the Friendship Villa de Paris. Villa de Paris. Me say it, my sound. Villa de Paris. 1764, and the facade of the old King's House, which was the residence of the governor until 1872. I don't know what happened after that. I wasn't there. Spanish Town is the site of an early cast iron bridge, and it was designed by one Mr. Thomas Wilson and manufactured by Walker and Company of Rotherham, England. All British. I guess what now? There are still areas, landmark from the Spanish reign, which are some of the streets But when the English take it over now, when them colonize it, you know, so they're gonna leave a bigger footprint more than, you know, the Spanish. So most things where we are live now are British colonialism. So for all of the younger generation, all of them street there, the near them, it a come from Rotterdam, England. You know what I mean? Where army, everything in there. The Queen, police force, the Queen, security guard, the Queen, everything was still a live under that system there. And it's going to take years, because it might seem like it's not even a century free. But I'm going to leave it right there. Because this video is a 3-part video. I might have said 2, but it's a 3-part video. I'm going to finish telling you about some more history of Spanish Town. And then we're going to take a drive together through Spanish Town. Okay? Alright, so until next time, I remember True Island Stories over that side. So check it out. Alright? Yeah, man. Bless up on yourself. And True Island History, we come with our own merch, you know. So everything we do over here is a True Island History. Alright? Yeah, man. So bless up on yourself until our next story. Remember, subscribe, like, share. Tell a friend to tell a friend about this new, special and different channel. We come to teach, educate, the unlearned and the learned. Bless up.
Nazi, come here. Cell Squad is something. Don't look off the dance, man. Yo, you want something? Yeah, man. Cell Squad is... yeah, but don't lock it down. Don't tell her. Guess what, Squad? Go buy a peanut from the peanut man. When him a go through in the dance. In a box him have everything you want. Herbs by the bud and by the stock. I like the top shell and them a shell down the bar. Watch it, mind, you step on them clock.